I got used to having it be digital very early on, and I saw the benefits of that. I mean, if you're going full analog, it becomes impossible really quickly. My name is Adam Grahn. I'm a Swedish guitarist and singer, mostly singer, I guess, but also guitar player. I grew up in a family of musicians. My dad was a musician, still is. My mom was. My brother's a producer as well. So plenty of music in the family, and I grew up with a lot of instruments around me, a lot of amps and sounds and keyboards and brass instruments and whatnot. So it was quite inevitable, I guess, that I would end up doing somehow, working and living with music. And so I started Royal Republic in 2007, roundabout, or 2008. The first songs started coming together, and then I found the guys to get on this train with me, and here we are, 16 years later. The current tour is the longest one yet. We're in our third year now of the Love Cop tour, which is quite an accomplishment to have a record that makes you stay out that long. I mean, it's not like we don't take breaks, but you know what I mean. And so this is really cool. We're doing this spring and this summer as well, and again, we're quite an eclectic band. We play a large variety of different sound palettes and stuff. We don't like to restrict ourselves within certain confines and lines and laws of rock and roll or whatnot. It's a very creative and free space to be in this band, where nothing is off limits really. We don't believe in guilty pleasures. We only believe in the pleasures. That's kind of our code. So yeah, a lot of different sounds and styles, and that's how we like it. It's our biggest shows to date that we ever played. We're playing arenas in large parts of Europe and bigger clubs and stuff like that. And it's a really cool testament to the grind that you put in as a band. Like we really put in the work for so many years and played our way all the way up, because we still didn't have a hit. It's very much about the performance and the show and the energy in the room that you still can't buy elsewhere or in another way. So that's really cool. I could never settle for one guitar or one amp or one style. It's not like I know some guys, and I'm not saying that's the wrong way to go about it. I'm like, there are guys that, the Les Paul is their sound. That's their identity. And the Marshall or the Fender, whatever it is that you're using, that's my thing, My thing is that I don't really have a thing. I'm the same with look at me. I can't choose one style of clothing. I can't choose one style of food. I like so many things from all over the place. That's what kind of sustains me and motivates me and drives me. And that's just, I don't know why or how. Maybe I grew up like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's the intense traveling that kind of inspired everything. But I guess I've always been like that. I remember my dad buying a Korg, the Toneworks classic, the AG, what was it called, 1000 something, and you could choose and swap in between all the amp modulation then. I mean, very, very restricted, and back then, but you could choose the speaker types and the amp types. And I just remember, this is the coolest thing ever, and you can just plug it in straight to the tape machine and start recording, because we had this Tascam, whatever. So I guess I got used to having it be digital very early on, and I saw the benefits of that, not having to choose and just settle for one amp, and I really liked that early on. And obviously, I mean, coming down to touring then, as we in the studio, we write from with all these sounds in mind, and nothing is off limits. And once you have to take that on tour, I mean, if you're going full analog, it becomes impossible really quickly. So having the instant recall and the ability to tweak everything to liking the morph stuff, it's just priceless, I'd say. Yeah. At this point, we're still controlling everything ourselves with our feet. I'm still harboring some inner dream of having somebody do the switching for me so I can jump around a little more, because sometimes I do feel a little locked down, because some songs are really stomp intense and you have to dance all over the place, and being a singer and trying to reach people from the front row to the back, and while maneuvering all these things is like it's a challenge at times. But lately, actually, we play everything live. We don't use backtracks, but we do have like a click track for certain songs, and so we managed to program the program switches into Ableton. I guess they're using somebody's doing that. So that's really, really smooth and cool. Monitoring is just we use in-ears. We have been since 2011 or so, mainly because of the vocals for me. I do miss having like the blasting amps. We don't have like cabinets on stage even anymore. What the Kemper ships with is like a huge library and selection of really kick-ass sounding profiles. It's not like you're not covered with what's there. But I have made a couple of my own, actually. One of them more prominent being a song called Fireman and Dancer, which is, again, a song that I made in the box, or a sound, I should say, that I made in the box. So it's not even a real amp. And it's not even an amp module. It's a guitar through stuff. And I didn't quite know how to replicate. I tried a couple of different amps, and then I was like, okay, no, I guess this is the day then. I hooked up my, profiling thing there, and I got that in. So that's what I still play, and it's one of our more quirky riffs. It's like the smallest riff ever, like ding 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 ding. It sounds more like a synth something, but I really like that. So that's one of the more prominent profiles that I made, I guess. I don't use outboard equipment. I know both Hannes, the guitar player, and Jonas do. They have some stuff hooked up on the side there in their sound effects and stuff. I'm well sorted with everything that's on board already, so I'm covered. We've used it on a couple of tracks. Mainly, like, sometimes we will meet up. We write pretty much apart. It's not like we have a room where we go and we play every day. So a lot of our songwriting actually happens, we sit in our own places and we write songs, and then we bring it and then we kind of rehearse it on sound checks and stuff, like today. Every once in a while we'll find a sound that just goes, oh, this is cool. So we have copies of everything, which is, again, one of the perks. You can just like ship it off on a Dropbox. So yeah, we use it. Since I made the change of like going to the Kemper, I haven't really found a reason to go elsewhere. I've seen all the other stuff and it looks really cool and it sounds really cool and you hear opinions left and right, and to me it's just like I like finding like one tool and getting really good at it. You don't need all the stuff. Which is, I'm contradicting myself because I use 1,000 different sounds, but I always like just the simplicity, just like a simple design thing. Like, you see the chain starts here and then it goes from left to right and it ends here, and it's clear. Like, I can visually see what I'm doing, as I'm sitting on the hardware and working with it. So this is just a small, maybe obvious thing, but it's so logical. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I really like.